We are tuned. Hello, this is Eki DJ5 Echo Uniform. My Flex Radio, Flex 5000A, is tuned to Radio China, and I have been already looking for a minimum with my phased wideband magnetic loop antenna, which is directional and rotatable. Just showing the phasing once again. You see angle and magnitude. I'm locking the magnitude the way it is adjusted now, and I'm showing you if I'm facing angle, the signal is building to the one and to the other side. So to find the minimum, here we are, and now I'm locking angle and open magnitude adjustment. The magnitude is this way. This means if it is minimum, then the two signals coming up down on the receiver 1 and receiver 2 are adjusted to equal. They have to be equal to be able to have a phasing optimum. So I'm locking the two, and now let me show a little bit about the antenna. You see it is mounted on my roof. It is shown in 15 meters height. Actually, it is 10 meters high, lower about here in this height. Later I explain why this is the case, because we are on 40 meters, and this is the best height for 40 meter DX work. Okay, so this is the antenna. You see the two BNC plugs are both mounted in the same direction, so the antenna has the same phase position. Okay, and the rotator is mounted down on the on the terrace. I show it later. This is the lobe as it was recorded for 80 meter and for 40 meter from a transmitter. It was 500 meter distant, and the antenna was an inverted V, so it's not vertical, not exactly horizontal, so it's a mixed polarity, which is the normal, the normal way it goes in the day-by-day work. Yeah, if you use merely vertical polarized, you get better lobe, but when do you have vertical signals coming from heaviside? That is not the case. Okay, so this is some details. I don't keep it. You can see it later, read it later. And this is a phasing box. It works also instead of the Flex program, but you have no adjustment for the magnitude, so this is a problem. You don't get excellent results. This is very important to know. You see, this is quarter wavelengths for 40 meter, as we are experimenting now with Radio China. This is the best lobe for the X, not getting disturbances from high angle signals. Also for the DX work of radio amateurs, especially in this case. And you have also best front to back. If you are down above the ground, a few meters, or depending, I'm speaking in wavelength here, then you get higher lobe. And if you are very high, higher than half wavelengths, then you get a hump for higher angles, which you do know from Yagi antennas also. If you are higher than half wavelengths going to 1 wavelength, then you get also a second lobe. Okay. This is what you get when you order from Wellbrook, UK. So you have it packed in hard foam, and the preamps and the networks to feed 12 volt across the coax are attached. What is not attached is my my unique, worldwide unique Kia that is made by my friend Norbert Wilensek, who made also my pneumatic switches. You might read about this on my QRZ page. Okay. Well, that was out of the theme. What you may do at the beginning is type of mounting, just to experiment. But I found, as I have very little space, no big garden, I had to go. You see, that was what I found on lobes, on recordings, all recorded lobes here, and even more, which I did. But always influence from weather, from nearby obstacles. So I had to go really up over the roof, above the roof. It is not difficult, because this antenna is very lightweight, only 7 to 8 kilos, and if you use 50 or 60 millimeter, let's say 2-inch tubing, this is okay. It will bear it and stand it. The rotator was mounted not to get weight high above the roof, was mounted down on the terrace, no problem at all. And this was what I wanted to show you about the practical work building this antenna. Okay. So we are back. We remember we had adjusted the minimum, and this is the rotor display, and I'm going to rotate this antenna towards China. Look at the S meter. We come from S8 to S9, this ballpark. Let's see what happens if we come into the direction. You see, we have 20/9, and we came from S8 to 9, so we are in the ballpark of 20 to 25 dB of front to back. And I think, you see, I think this is excellent result for a tiny antenna. Look at 30/9. We have the QSB. I have made a lot of recordings, and we are always around 25 dB front to back. And this is really excellent for antenna of 4 meter length, 1 meter height. And this antenna does that, if it is correctly phased, from 40 meters down to mid-wave. So 73 best wishes, that is what I want to show you. I see you on the band perhaps, DJ 5 Echo Uniform. Cheerio.